Searching for the best shortwave radio today? In this video, I picked the 3 best shortwave radios. One if you're looking for an affordable and compact radio, another one if you're looking for a premium model, and finally, the best shortwave radio for the average user. You can check availability and the current prices in the description. Let's start first with the best budget shortwave radio, the Texon PL330. The Texon PL330 is a budget shortwave radio, packing powerful features into a surprisingly tiny and rugged package. If you're looking for a small, portable, and affordable radio, here's why the PL330 might just be the perfect choice for you. First off, the size and portability of the PL330 immediately grab your attention. It's compact enough for you to easily slip into your pocket, making it ideal for traveling or hiking. Think of it as a mini version of the popular Texon PL990X, delivering nearly identical performance in a much smaller form. Despite its small size, you'll be impressed by its sensitivity on all bands: AM, FM, shortwave, and even SSB. Shortwave reception using the telescopic antenna is decent, but if you want the best reception possible, you'll benefit from using an external antenna. Without one, you might find weaker shortwave signals a bit lacking. A standout feature you'll appreciate is the Enhanced Tuning Mode, ETM+, which automatically scans and stores AM and shortwave stations, helping you discover new broadcasts effortlessly. Another great feature is the selectable bandwidth, offering multiple settings to help you get clearer reception in noisy conditions. Interestingly, Texon included 5 bandwidth options for SSB, but only 3 for AM, which may leave you wishing for a bit more flexibility on AM. You'll quickly notice, however, the main tuning knob isn't ideal. It's cramped and embedded deeply into the radio's casing, making rapid finger tuning challenging. It often skips or fights your inputs, forcing you to rely on automatic scanning or keypad frequency entry. This design choice is one of the radio's few significant downsides. You'll find the audio quality surprisingly good for such a tiny speaker, and FM stereo sounds crisp and clear through headphones. But be aware that you'll experience a muting or chuffing sound between tuning steps, common in DSP radios, which can interrupt your enjoyment when scanning frequencies. If you live near powerful broadcast stations, you might experience overload issues. Without an RF gain control or attenuator, the PL330 can struggle in strong signal areas. However, for typical use away from strong local signals, this won't usually be an issue. Battery life depends on a single BL5C rechargeable battery, which can be inconvenient for longer trips unless you carry extras. Also, keep in mind that charging via USB introduces noise, making it impossible to listen and charge simultaneously, a minor yet notable inconvenience. When compared to similar radios like the XH Data D808 or Digitech AR1780, you'll find the PL330 holds up well. You will appreciate its compactness and user-friendly ETM+ feature, although the D808 has smoother tuning and slightly better ergonomics, but is also more expensive. Overall, despite some quirks, you'll find that the Texon PL330 offers exceptional value and performance, earning it the title of the best budget shortwave radio you can buy right now. Before we continue to the best premium shortwave radio, it would really help us continue making more videos if you support us by just hitting the like button or subscribe, or even with a comment so that we know if you like it or if there's something we can do to improve next time. I promise it costs nothing, just a few seconds. Now let's continue with the best premium radio, the Sangean ATS 909X2. Sleek looks, great audio, a beautiful display, and excellent performance over shortwave make Sangean ATS 909X2 a great pick in this category. It has premium feel and is expensive. However, the construction quality and features make up for the cost, though it still feels a bit steep. One of the biggest selling points of this radio has less to do with its job as a receiver and is more about aesthetics. It is positively good-looking and has that sleek touch and feel about it that makes it desirable. The speaker and display are laid out very nicely, as are the controls and buttons. The curves seem to be all in the right place, and all the features and functions are easily accessible. As for the buttons, the tactile feel and feedback are pretty good. They're all placed and spaced nicely, so there's not much room for error. Its audio quality is good, loud, and remains well balanced on all bands. The audio output is generally pleasing and amongst the best in this category. Moving on, it has a big display that has room for a lot of information. It's bright, feels clutter-free, and shows the information in a very convenient and clear setting. Most competitors can't hold a candle to this display. The radio works on several bands, including long wave, medium wave, shortwave, FM, and airband. It has shortwave coverage and provides remarkable performance on this band. The signal reception is clear, and tuning options work flawlessly. The included portable reel antenna is easy to use and helps with the signal quality on the shortwave band. Even SSB single sideband works very well with this radio. Previous versions of this model, including the Sangean ATS-909X2, struggled with SSB. The problem appears to have been solved with the ATS-909X2. That's not to say that its working on SSB is flawless. There is a noticeable volume drop on SSB, and while not too troubling, it is something to keep in mind. It offers 1,674 station presets with 3 individual memory banks. That covers most popular offerings. However, if you want to explore more, there's always the option to enter the frequency of choice or use manual tuning. The horizontal dial for tuning is an interesting touch here. We're pretty much conditioned to expect a knob-style option for tuning. The step button in the middle is useful too and adds to the functioning of the device. It reminds me a bit of the iPod click wheel, but of course, these are very different things. In my opinion, the dial works well and can be operated with a finger. However, preferences are bound to be subjective, and many people might prefer the classic knob-style tuning controls. The Sangean ATS-909X2 is worth comparing to its nearest competitor, the Tecsun PL990X. I'd say Sangean does better on audio quality, display, and aesthetics, while the Tecsun performs better on tuning and SSB. Tecsun draws power from an 18650 rechargeable lithium-ion battery, while ATS-909X2 works off a direct power supply or 4 AA batteries. Overall, Sangean ATS-909X2 is a well-made and very capable shortwave radio with great features, although I do wish it was a bit cheaper. Finally, the best shortwave radio for the average user is the Tecsun PL880. It is almost identical to its past 2 models, PL660 and PL600. It has a broadband filtering array, and it is a sensitive and selective radio capable of receiving AM, FM, longwave, and shortwave broadcasts. The buttons are highly responsive, and the entire control panel has a smooth response. It has an external jack, a headphone jack, a line-out jack, a 3-position antenna gain switch, and a 5-volt DC input jack on the left side. The right side holds the central tuning knob, volume control, the fine-tuning knob, a tone controller switch, and a backlight switch. It also has a 24-hour alarm clock, a sleep timer adjustable between 0 to 120 minutes, and a snooze button. This radio has one of the best sound quality compared to other radios on the market. High frequencies are crisp and clear. Low frequencies are audible, and the mid-range is exceptionally clear. FM stereo is available through the headphone jack, although it doesn't have a bass that some larger models have. This hardly makes any difference to the listening experience. The radio is powered by one single 18650 lithium-ion rechargeable battery with built-in charger. With heavy use and the backlight on, the factory-supplied 2,000 mAh battery lasts about 15 days. When it does discharge, you can recharge it in the radio or swap it out with another inexpensive battery. Tuning for all bands is easily accomplished with separate main tuning and fine-tuning knobs. This is a great arrangement, far better than the auto-switch tuning speed of the PL660. In addition to the many features listed in the manual, there are more hidden features like the USB-LSB synchronous detector, dynamic noise reduction, muting threshold, changing line output level, calibration of single sideband, antenna source, firmware version display and date, uptime, and wall charger. Overall, this is an everyday radio. It may have functionality that blows other radios in its class out of the water, but it is, nonetheless, in that class. Not a perfect radio, but perfect enough for shortwave listening fanatics, and imperfect enough to make reception reporting worthwhile, though it is well worth the money. That's it for today. Remember, you can check current prices for all these shortwave radios in the description below.